An Apple iPhone that's been broken for 10 years. Can we still salvage it? This is an iPhone 4S, released in 2011. Time really flies. It's hard to imagine that this classic model was released 13 years ago. The fan said this phone was water damaged during their honeymoon trip at Christmas in 2014. At that time, the repair technician said that fixing it would be too costly. He suggested they keep the phone for now. Wait until parts become cheaper in the future to repair it and extract the data inside. Unexpectedly, 10 years have passed. A few days ago, she saw a video of a girl unlocking her iPhone 4S that had been stored for 10 years. Only then did she remember they had an iPhone 4S that had been put away for 10 years. They sent it to us, hoping to repair it, turn it on, and revisit memories from 10 years ago. Removed the back cover. There were still dried water stains inside. You can see that the water damage indicator on the motherboard has turned red. This is the motherboard craftsmanship of Apple from more than 10 years ago. Let's compare it with the motherboard of the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Over more than 10 years, phones have become many times larger, but the motherboards have become smaller and smaller. We removed the shielding cover on the iPhone 4S motherboard for a close inspection, did not find any obvious areas of water damage or corrosion. We connected it to a power supply to test. The current shows the motherboard is directly short-circuited. 10 years ago, a shorted motherboard might have been a headache for repair technicians, but now, solving it only requires a thermal imaging camera. By scanning the hotspots on the motherboard, we easily located the short circuit point. Next, we applied rosin to the heated area, then powered the motherboard again. The damaged area will heat up and melt the rosin. Some people quietly watch the video, but they secretly like, comment, share, repost, and follow. Such people are so lovely. We removed the faulty capacitor, then connected the power supply to test again. At this point, the motherboard was no longer short-circuited. Then, in a bareboard state, we used tweezers to trigger the power button. We could see that the boot current was normal. Next, we installed the motherboard into the casing, tested it again, connected the power supply, pressed the power button. The current indicates it can boot, but the screen doesn't light up. Could it be that the water-damaged screen is also broken? Under the microscope, we checked the motherboard's display connectors. Both the inline socket and screen interface have signs of corrosion. We used a soldering iron to resolder the corroded areas. Okay. Connected the screen again, powered on with the power supply to test. This time, the Apple logo appeared. I wonder if you noticed, in the earliest iOS systems, the boot logo was missing a line at the top. Okay. We've successfully entered the system. The charger for the iPhone 4 is really hard to find now. After searching for a long time, found a little gadget used back then to unlock phones in the drawer. Fortunately, it can also charge after booting up. Let's experience the unlocking sound of Apple's old system from more than 10 years ago. Apple's old system UI design. I believe many people, like me, miss it very much. We clicked into settings to check. The phone contains 9 videos, over 400 photos. Back then, the large 16 gigabytes memory was almost used up. The iOS 5.0 system, really nostalgic. At this point, our task is successfully completed. We cleaned the motherboard once again, then installed all the parts back to restore it. If only our memories, like this phone, were just sealed for 10 years. The fan said he thanks us for helping him recover the happiest memories from 10 years ago. I asked, upon seeing yourself from 10 years ago again, what would you say to him?